YouTube, we're trying out Mono Red today. It was lighting up my Twitter feed, and I figured I'd give it a shot. It seemed like it was getting some new refreshed cards or some new standing from adding Faceless Haven to the mix. I think we have to mulligan here. 5 lands is not worthwhile. I think we'll keep 6 here. Probably just send back the mountain there and savor our 2-drops and 1-drops. Or I guess 1 mana spells, really. Opponent on the Volatile Fjord, so they're probably on, is it Tempo, if I had to guess. So I'm trying to think how this matchup's going to work. They're probably going to be, I guess, foretelling cards, trying to get to Goldspan Dragon. And then probably just trying to 1-for-1 me with some card advantage from their Behold the Multiverses and whatnot. I think here... I want to run out Robert the Rich here. I'm not too bummed if that gets taken down by a removal spell, because I have another one, and I think I'd rather try to get the extra little bit of damage in with the Rimrock using the Boulder Rush. Okay, well we can actually play another Robber here. I think they held up a kill spell, or a bounce spell probably, so getting a second one isn't that bad, and if they react here, we can kind of guarantee we get value out of using the Rimrock's Boulder Rush, get that extra 2 damage in. I just counter saw it coming, okay. That was a foretold card. I did not see that coming. I thought that was a Behold the Multiverse, but evidently it was not. What we get? Essence Scatter. Probably pretty bad. But I don't think it's terrible that we grabbed it from them. Here I'm, like I said, just going to use Boulder Rush. That extra 2 damage in. It's kind of hit or miss if they have mana up, because they could easily just remove the creature you're going to buff, so if they're all tapped out, you may as well go for it, I think, as opposed to playing out the Fireblade Charger. Although next turn I can do both, and he can even have up Frostbite, depending on what they play. My opponent does just go for the Stomp on Robber the Rich. Understandable. I think we'll play out Castle Embereth. We'll go for the Rimrock and the Charger. Opponent with the first one through. It seems weird. They didn't have a stop with the first one? Okay, but they do now. Okay, not sure what my opponent's up to over there. Whatever it is, they choose not to do it. Could be a Shark Typhoon or something. Just not sure. Not sure what they're holding up mana for over there. Now they are on 4 though. The big threat we're going to face down is going to be a Goldspan Dragon, right? If they play another land, they could just swing for 4 and probably have a removal spell just from that extra treasure the dragon's going to make. So that would be kind of a scary play. We can, though, on our turn, just swing for 6 because we can pump with Castle Embereth. That's not terrible. My opponent is going to Shadow Skull Smash it, which is going to actually be terrible for us. Going to 2-for-1 us there. See if my opponent has a land to follow up. They do. Faceless Haven. And we find an Embercleave, which is very poorly timed. Very poorly timed indeed. There's the Goldspan. Okay. Things are looking grim for our hero. Opponent is a little low on cards. That's the one saving grace, perhaps, but they still have 3 cards they can play. There is Torbrand. That'll let me kill the dragon anyway. If they don't counter it. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to kill it now. So they have to spend their treasure if they want to save it. Although I guess they're gonna get another treasure, so kind of irrelevant. Okay, let's just go next. This is not gonna work well here. Gonna put another Phoenix in because it can be something we can do after getting our stuff removed or whatnot. Frostbite, I think is okay just because they have the Faceless Havens, they have Giants and all that. I am on the play, so I'm hesitant to take out any Embercleaves, but that could be the right answer here. Could maybe take out some of these kind of weak things that aren't that don't do all that much. Low impact cards that don't have haste. You're going to be setting in a bunch of removal, I suspect. Put in an Ox. Give it a shot. Oh, we have the Haven, we have a 1-mana play. Also Frostbite for removal. So if we can just draw into some other action, I think this could be a good hand. We could win this game, foreseeably. But if we kind of just hit land, that might be tough. Okay, well there is an Annex. That's nice. Swing 1. Opponent going to crack their Fabled Passage, of course. And you grab an island. We find another Fervent Champion. Opponent held up mana though, I think they're going to try to kill the champ. Kill him off. So I think we just run out Annex. But they're going to kill the champion. Okay, well, maybe they're going to kill Annex now instead. Bounce something. Okay, they bounce Annex. Next turn we can Annex and Fervent Champion. That's not terrible. So we'll play out the Faithful Saving here just to play around any draw disruptions, but I don't think this deck is running them. We will though play Fervent Champion and swing for 4 if they allow it, which it looks like they will. Yep, triggers 1 sack, so they're both getting buffed. And next turn we can Embercleave. And the Frostbite up. Oh, that makes the Shark Typhoon. Okay. We really have to see what my opponent opts to do here. Okay, they grab a Fabled Passage so they can get 2 of any of their colors right now. They go for red. Okay, could be going for double removal spell maybe. Setting that up. Shatter Skull Smashing, maybe they want to do that. Okay, there it is. We do get tokens though, which will help fuel Embercleave. So what we could do, let's see if this is going to be lethal. So we can Frostbite the token and swing out, then play Embercleave. Yeah, that's going to be lethal, right? Because Embercleave is going to buff NX to be 6. It's going to gain 2 pips of Devotion and then +1/+1. That's 12 damage in and of itself, and we have 2 more, so this is lethal here. So we'll just capitalize on that and go to combat and win. 5 win, not too shabby. Now that we're going to be on the draw, and that's going to be tough, I have to imagine. I'm going to take out, I guess, maybe some more Fireblade Chargers, put in another Phoenix and an Ox, I guess. Though Ox does feel pretty slow. Maybe I should be putting in Shredded Sails. Snipe out those dragons. I think this is keepable. 2 drops, 3 drops, Embercleave. And a 1-drop, so there's that. Opponent doesn't seem to have any Frostbite. They didn't have a stop there, so it tips their hand to some degree. Oh, we're gonna run out the Robber. And hope we get landed for 3. They bounce Robber, okay. Swing 1. So much rests on this land drop. So much. Opponent tapping 2 manually. They foretell something, giving up red mana. Curious. Trying to think what they could be playing. I think we're just gonna play Annex. If they want to kill the champion, we're gonna get a token anyway, or they're gonna have to kill before combat. Yep, okay. So next turn we can play Phoenix and make Annex 4-3. Opponent played a Fable, didn't do anything. I think we're just, I said you're gonna play Phoenix of Ash. Swing. Okay, they play, or they crack Fable Passage. We're gonna kill Anax before it gets to 4 power. Or they're getting a counter spell. Could just be. Oh, okay, well, they let it resolve. Maybe the Shark Typhooning? Not really sure what's going on. I imagine I'll find out. Okay, here's the Shark Typhoon. We'll make a 2/2 Shark. Maybe the Phoenix. Sure. Just look at a 1/1 out of the deal. Which does mean if we draw another land, we can play Embercleave next turn. And get in for, what, 11 damage? Again, opponent conspicuously leaving up all their mana. Maybe we just play at the robber. Get all this hasty damage in, so might be able to just get a one-shot with a gold spam dragon. They might cycle a 3/3 shark this time or something. Yep. There's the shark. Do I want to go face or not? Like go face, that puts them to 8. Well, damage is happening. My guy's gonna die anyway. Whether I like it or not, the robber has bit the bullet. They have 3 cards, one of them is foretold. I think it is just going to be good to get rid of the shark. This also kind of opens the door for Phoenix of Ash getting in potentially, unopposed. Since it was a 3/3 shark, they could have traded off with the escaped Phoenix, so... Now we're, I think, in a good spot. My opponent, they have 5 mana, now 6, but they're kind of, you know, really hard-pressed to do anything. They need to start addressing this, or we're going to kill them on the next turn. I'm sure they're fearing an Embercleave, and they're rightfully so, because I won my hand. Okay, well, they Shatter Skull, killing 2 of my creatures, but we do get still a 1/1 token. Okay, so we can play a Snow-Covered Mountain. We could Embereth hit for 4, not great. We could animate Faceless Haven hit for 6. Not necessarily great, but I think while the shields are down, we just go for Goldspan, hit for 6. And next turn, okay, they just concede, they know it's over. So there we do it. Taken down. Is it tempo? Best of 3. Okay, opponent goes first, but we have a fairly aggressive hand. 2 Embercleave isn't great, but the fact that we have a Fervent Champion, and now we also have mana to play Annex, is going to be pretty good, I think. I'll just play that Fireblade Charger here. Get it rolling. Okay, opponent on Ketria Triumph. I'm not sure if this is one of those Sultai piles splashing for Tybalt, or if there's something else entirely. Okay, well there's Valkyries, so they are indeed doing that, it seems. Probably going to take Annex. Yep. We'd love to draw like a Frostbite. We don't. We do draw a Rimrock Knight. I'll go to combat here, swing at my opponent. We're just gonna get in while the getting's good. Getting my opponent to 16. Okay, they play Forest. Play a Snook over Mountain. Go for the Robber. Might have a kill spell up. Kind of, again, suspicious. Also strengthened in attack if they are, Ooh, eliminate. That's gonna be nice. I might make them block. We'll see. They make Annex. Make a copy of Annex. I missed that interaction, clearly. Okay. Binding, okay. Okay, 1 damage to my opponent. Okay, well, these can Ember Cleave next turn. There's that. They know about them though, so there's also that. Let's see if they have a kill spell or something on my creatures. If they just got Ember or Yorion to hand. Now they are on 6 mana, right? So they would be kind of perilously close to either ultimating us or doing something else. So we just put down the land, so if they kill one of my creatures, I can still cleave it up. I think we want to send both. I just think they have a kill spell, and they're going to kill Rimrock. Okay, well, killing before it equips might not be the best play, although maybe they're getting mana to counter it or something. Oh, Disdainful Stroke. Okay. You get our Annex back. So there's that. One hits me for 1. If they do anything else, maybe just throw down Yorion. Their lands. Are they gonna ultimatum us? No tomatoes today. Go to combat. Hit my opponent for 1. Play. Oh. Okay. Play Annex or try to. See if it's countered. Okay, when they Omen. Check out that Scry. What's it gonna be? Top or bottom? 2 top. Not good. Not what you want to see when your opponent does that. Opponent Extinction Eventing. Okay, well, there goes my board. Tome, sure. Okay, I'm gonna stomp my opponent and go to my turn. I'm gonna just leave up the mountain. Don't really need to play it out. Add some mystery to my opponent. I mean, they do know about the Embercleave, so they know if they don't find something, I'm just gonna kill them. Or they could just also play out Yorion, which again isn't a bad option. They have at least one thing they can blink, so that's a fine thing to do. Okay, or they just have Eliminate. That works, and then they also have Yorion mana, so they can just play out Yorion here. Do that. So how can I win from here? Goldspan plus Embercleave. Phoenix of Ash. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I'm taking my poor annex in the beginning, I think might have been backbreaking, and perhaps me also sending my own creature into it, into their Valky. Okay, they have Lucranos, then they get into the fight, so let's go to game number 2, see if we can't take things back. Take out the Frostbites. Put in some Oxes, another Phoenix. Take out a Charger. Alright. Play first, of course. I'm gonna try to keep it. Get that Fervent Champion going. Okay, we're swinging for one. 19 already. Look at that. Already 5% dead. So I get a better start than that. We have a follow-up play even. And now we really want to hit that third land drop so we can start throwing down Phoenixes. Okay, opponent hits second land drop. Play Valky. Okay, I'm going to take one of my Phoenixes, presumably. No, we don't hit land drop number 3, so that's a shame. Okay, we will play a Fireblade Charger. Another one. And, I mean, if we draw another land, we could play Embercleave. Let's tap land. Okay, play our land. I guess we're not going to be greedy here. We're just going to run out the Phoenix. Again, I have smelling removal. They have stops, and we have creatures, so seems like it's a yeah. There's the removal spell. I'll just swing out though. Still 3 more damage. So they can use Valky to make it a copy of my Phoenix, making it a 2/2 instead of a 2/1. We'll see if they do that. If they do, it's going to cost most of their mana, so I don't think they can get a kill spell off. We can also just pump our creatures here. They don't do anything. Do we Embercleave or do we Castle? They know it's a bad block. I guess we just Embercleave and put it on another one. Okay, they Omen. 2 top. Let's equip over to Fervent Champion. Guess I could have gotten another damage through if I just put the blade on the charger that was being blocked. Then presumably they would have killed that one. We'd use the 1 damage to kill Valky. Could matter. One is only at 12 life. Okay, they play Elder Gargaroth. That is definitely a card. I mean, I think we just attack, right, and try to kill the champion or the Gargaroth, because we'll have to stick around. We're just gonna die. Did they pick? Maybe make a 3/3. Yep. we had to do it. It also would have blocked the Phoenixes, so that would have been another way we could have kind of snuck in damage here. Opponent plays Elspeth Nightmare, killing the Charger, sure. And for one, probably gonna want to escape the Phoenix now, so it doesn't get snagged by the Nightmare. Or if we draw another land, we can Phoenix and equip Embercleave, get in for a fair amount. We just grab Yori into hand. We're not gonna. Well, I guess if we play Phoenix and equip it, it's gonna have 3 power. So that. New play, we could do Robert the Rich, equip with Embercleave. We get to use one of their cards. Opponent is gonna get to blink everything as well, so I guess they wouldn't get to kill Robber if we equip it. Seems to me just getting Phoenix probably the best play. I get to see my hand and don't get to take anything. I mean, they are only at 8 life. That is easily doable, I think, for this deck. Especially when you have Faceless Haven and an Embercleave on board. So, they're going to have to play carefully here. We could just snag this game from them, I think. They play Blue Chronos, they get to do some fighting if they want. Okay. Play a land. I guess we'll just play Phoenix, pump whichever one they don't fight. You have enough cards to bring it back, though. I guess if they don't fight one, we can just play Robber. Or if they want to go to, Okay, there's the fight. Sure. I think we just pump, get 4 damage in. So opponent can also blink Pelucranos to reset its counters, so that's not a terrible play. Right now they cannot do that and fight though, so that's something they're going to have to consider and be mindful of. Getting rid of the Garderoth though I think was crucial. Really makes us be in this game. But okay, so they do the fight. If they play another land and blink, that would be pretty bad, though. I'll have to see if they even have one. They just play Valky. They get to take something. They take the Ox. Snatch that Ox right up. Okay. Opponent has 2 mana up, 2 cards in hand, 1 of his Yorians. So if we animate Faceless Haven, we can't equip Embercleave to it. But what we can do is play Fervent Champion, equip for free. I guess we'll just play the Robert. We cling the Phoenix, gain some life. Okay. They have no cards in hand. Oh, they have Yorion in hand. Is it worth attacking with the Robber? We're doing it. Greedy for the card on top of the deck. It's probably going to be a land. It's probably the bad play. Oh, Binding of the Old Gods. Okay, they don't block Robber the Rich. Make him to 4. And we may as well equip to Robber. Okay, attacks for 1, and they're gonna do the blink, I think. Okay, so the last card was a land. Tapping carefully, probably leave up fight mana. Yeah, and then they're gonna fight the Robber, I guess. Okay, there it is. There's your... I guess I could also fight Basil's Haven if I let that happen. I guess we... Just gonna play out Robber here so we can kill Yorian. Open the door for the dragons and for any phoenixes that we're to find. Soul Shatter. They opt for that instead of interesting. Oh, we'll sack the other Robber. Oh, we should have done it in response to me playing the first one. Or the second one there, so I would have had to sack the one that was equipped with Robber. Or equipped with good old Embercleave. I think I just let this happen. I guess I could have made it survive if I had paid the extra on the Embereth. So I'm gonna Binding here. And I think I just want to get rid of Valky to get more cards. I might just escape Pelucranos. It's gonna be a 12? 12? Is that what it escapes with? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be dead quick if I'm not careful. So, Binding is gonna give my creatures Death Touch, so if I do it smart, I can get that to work in my favor, and I can't fight it without losing the Pelucranos. Finding a Goldspan Dragon is potentially big. I'm gonna put a stop in my upkeep in my first main, so I can, if I so desire, make Basil's Haven a creature. And now it's really gonna come down to how greedy my opponent plays it. If they don't leave up fight mana, then I'm going to be able to just kill them with a Goldspan, just straight up. They just play it simple, so they aren't leaving up fight mana. See what they do. Could just be going for the throat here, going for the kill. Which I wouldn't be. So wait a minute. If I animate Faceless Haven and equip it, it's gonna have Death Touch and Double Strike. I think that's just the play. Is this oh, let's prevent that damage. So I just messed up horribly. Or did I? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. So Pelucranos doesn't die, but you still only have to deal 1 damage to it for trample rules, I guess. So I guess that was the play. As as surprised as I may have been. Maybe take out an Embercleave on the draw. The fact that they are doing Volucranos maybe makes me want to bring in Scorching Dragonfire for good. I don't know. Scorching Dragonfire seems pretty niche and doesn't do much against Yorion. I don't know. Doesn't in that respect doesn't seem all that great. Do have Valky though. Yeah, I think I'll try just trading one of those in. Help deal with Valky's a little bit. So this hand has a lot of 3-drops, but no 2-drops. And chances to draw one aren't all that amazing. I think we try mulliganing this. This looks a bit better. Plenty of action. I think we sent back a Goldspan Dragon in favor of Torbrand. Because if we do kind of get Fireblade and Axe kind of rolling, might have a bunch of 1/1s kind of sticking around. Especially with this double NX, so Torbrand could actually be beneficial there, and I think it is probably the right play to get rid of one of the 2 most expensive cards, as opposed to anything else. We'll just hit my bunch for 1. Lack of 2-drops is a noted fortunate occurrence, but can't help it, I guess. You're looking once, hit a mountain, go to combat, hit my opponent for 1. If I want to kill it, imagine probably not. And play out Anax number 1. Oh yeah, it resolves. And kill it. Okay. Crack. Fable Passage. If I draw another land, I'm probably going to just play Torbrand. I think it's just good to get those 6 points of damage in. And then save Anax for later. But an Eye in their graveyard could be trying to cling. Okay, they might have missed a land drop. That's what a main phase cling says to me. Play Valky. Okay, we're gonna get to pick what they take here. Take Torbrand, okay. Go to combat. Swing at my opponent. Well, I guess we should just play Anax. We are kind of playing into an extinction event to some respect, because both of these creatures, as opposed to the tokens I have, are in fact odd right now. But it's going to let me Embercleave next turn, and they don't know about Embercleave. So if they don't play their cards right here, they could just be dead by Anax. I guess we'll just go to combat. Swing. Well, let's see if they let me attack with 3 creatures. They opt for the Heartless Act. Okay. I think here we just attack with 2. We'll just stomp Valky. Before they get any ideas about blocking. I just figured the stomp isn't going to be that effective against most of their other stuff, so I may as well just use it against Valky and preserve my board while I do have Embercleave up. I think the play here is to attack with everything and try to Embercleave. And we'll see if they try to kill my creatures before they get to attack. But again, they're missing lots of land drops there. Okay, we get Saka, Creature, play Bone Crusher. Now, again, my threats are still dispersed, and it is a bit liberal to call these 1/1s threats, but gotta work with what you're dealt, right? Play out a Fervent Champion. Swing. That 4 removal spells? Okay. Well, at least they've taken damage because they did that. We still have haste threats. lying in wait. Okay. They must have missed another land drop. We get there, though. Ooh. We are mulliganing this hand, let me tell you. Faceless Haven and Axe are great and all, but you gotta have 1 or 2 drops. You can't just keep a 1 creature hand. And, I mean, as I've seen, this deck mulligans pretty well. Like, you can just win games out of nowhere by just having Faceless Haven and lands. Or just by getting the right configuration of cheap creatures. Like I said, we're mulliganing. This looks better. I'll keep 6. Send back a Frostbite, I think. Already have 1. I'll go Charger. Need to champion, keep up Frostbite. We need to force the damage through. Well, it's starting with a Fable Passage without a companion. But probably not Emergent Ultimatum. I have a snow-covered swamp. Rakdos? Is that it? Give you Rakdos. Throne of Death. I'm smelling me some Rakdos. Whatever they have right now, they don't really one CMC removal spell, it seems like, because it stops. The opponent mills a card, they milled a pathway. Pretty pathway, nonetheless, special art. That looks good. That Seer Step pathway. Glowing magma. Yeah, it looks nice. Nice indeed. Okay, well, opponent doesn't do anything, so we'll go to combat here. I think I'm just gonna run out of Bone Crusher Giant. And mill a Woe Strider. Okay. I land number 4. Go to Crow and War here, that'd be a bit rough. Oh, they just Woe Strider. Okay. I think the play here is Frostbiting Woe Strider. They could sack it to, like, I don't know, Village Rites or something. Yep, there it is, sure. All the more reason I used the Frostbite and not the Stomp from the other giant. Just gonna pump up the giant, I guess. It's gonna cost me life. Probably should have done that, but get them to 8 anyway. You have 2 damage in hand as well, and if we can deploy this Torbrai next turn, we could be in a lot of trouble. We're 1 mana off of being able to recur Woe Strider, but okay. Again, an Immerstrom Predator. So what we can do is... Okay. So if you run out Torbran, we're only going to get in for like 3, because they can double block. Or they can block one of my 2 other creatures and then sack the goat to Immerstrom. I think the better play probably is to... Could, I guess, yeah, probably just kill the goat. They can sack it, we're going to lose this giant, but we have Rimrock. They'd have to tap Predator if they want to save it. Or use that creature to save it. Yeah, I think we'll try doing that. Yeah, so they sack it, they tap their giant, or their Predator. Eat something in my yard, but we do get them to 2 life, theoretically. Okay, they crack Fable Passage. They have a Frostbite. Like our black. See what that's about. Okay, I'm gonna play a Rimrock in it. So they could play Woe Strider here. They have plenty of cards in their graveyard. If I play Croxa, it could be rough because we're gonna lose Torbran. But I think... Okay, so we should just win here. We're gonna have 4 creatures. They're 3 blockers, unless they have something to do here. We're just gonna throw that in Torbran and win. Yeah, so we'll just do it, and we'll just go for the win. It could have a Cling, that could save them, I guess. But main deck Cling, I'm not sure about. Nope, okay, so good. Take him down in game 1. Crucial game. Okay. On to sideboarding. So then if we bring in some more removal. More creature stealing things, more Claim the Firstborns, and the like. I think bringing in some Scorching Dragonfires could be good though, just to get rid of their recursive annoying threats. Can maybe take out Phoenix of Ash, because it kind of just gets chumped by Immerstrom Raider. Being on the draw can now take out an Embercleave. I think we should bring in the Aggro War. Even though they have, you know, sacrifice outlets and whatnot. Well, I guess that might be a reason not to bring it in, huh? If they just have a Wish Rider, Crone War is going to be more than useless. It's just going to be a removal spell, really, at that point. But making them have to sack one of their good creatures could be just the edge we need to close out the game, like making them sack their Immerstrom Predator instead of getting to just, you know, block forever. Here's that consideration. Could also consider bringing in Shredded Sails to deal with the Predator. Go for 61 cards. Maybe take out a Charger. Okay, this looks nice. And a Goldspan Dragon as well. Could be a nice finisher. One plays a Castle Lock Flame, they play Valky. We can deal with Valky if we need to. So they're probably going to take the Bone Crusher. They do, in fact, take the Bone Crusher. Wouldn't mind finding a Frostbite here. No such luck. Big hero, let's run out Robert the Rich. They get back my Bone Crusher. And we also get to peek at a card on the top of their library. See what we find. Shredded Sails, that could be useful. Probably meant for my Goldspan Dragon, so the fact that we have taken it from them makes it an even better play, I have to think. My opponent on a lot of tap lands here. Swing for 2, okay. Sure. And an Embercleave. Well, we're gonna play at the champion. Go to combat here, see what my opponent does. Probably kill Robert the Rich. Oh, okay, well, they let it get to combat. And they stun. Playing a Croxa. Probably don't want to play a Croxa. But they do have no cards in their graveyard right now. Play Croxa or not to play Croxa? That is the question. I think we play it. It's gonna attack my opponent's hand a bit. And we just have to kind of slow them down, make them have worse plays. I guess it does feed the yard for Kroxa. But I think we can kill them before Kroxa becomes an issue. Next turn we can Embercleave if we want. And then if we can get another land, we get to Goldspan. Plays a Pathway. Play a Predator. Okay. Swing. Play a land, go to combat. Swing. Okay, well that was premature, because they could have got me to put the Embercleave onto Fervent Champion. I guess they did that, now I get extra free damage. And I have my Giant back. So now is when I'd love to find that Akroan War. When it runs out of Bone Crusher Giant, let's see if they just hit it before in the air. Not to, okay. Emberth could be nice too, because we can kind of force our way through a Giant if we want to. I think we just go to combat. Okay, opponent gonna sack their Bone Crusher Giant, I think. Sure. We'll just Bone Crusher. And 2 to my opponent. Stomp. My Bone Crusher. On 4 cards in graveyard. They stomp me. Okay. I have Bone Crusher, so we'll get another one. We can play a snow land. We could play Goldspan. Or we just attach to Bone Crusher. Do the same thing. My opponent blocks. They can stop 6 of it, but it's going to be 10 damage, so they go to 3. Then we can play the Charger, I guess. That's going to threaten to kill them if they don't, if they let me equip it. Equip Embercleave onto the Charger. It's a 2-2, then we pump it with Castle Embereth, so that's going to be lethal. We're still 1 card off of actually getting back Kroxa, so this Goldspan Dragon, for now, is safe. Play a Woestrider. If they have another land, they can sack the Woestrider to the Predator and go that way. But they don't have a... Okay, well they get Giganta to hand, so I think that's just GG, right? Well, if you draw a land, I guess. We're a bit short on mana to actually do everything I want to do here. We could play Goldspan Dragon and the Fervent Champion, or we could just equip Embercleave onto Fireblade Charger. probably the play. Just leaving Fervent Champion in my hand as well for the sake of protecting my dragon from any Kroxa incursions, any Kroxa escapes. So they have one turn with which to kill the Charger before it's just lethal. Play Giganta. Okay, well that's not going to help. I guess we just go to combat and attack. So they have to have a 2-mana removal spell this turn, or we win. Okay, well, the effect resolved, so I think we get there. Taking on the Rakdos mid-range, it would seem. Sack to Village Rites. Sure. When my creature dies, we deal 3 damage to my opponent. And that is going to be lethal, unless they found a Cling. Maybe that's what they were digging for. If they don't find it, we get there. 3-0ing up on into Diamond. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you do it. That's how you play mono red aggro in this Kaldheim standard. It is a joy. It's got a lot of comeback potential, and I hope you have as much success with it as I do. See you next time.